All right, we're back, continuing to go over the syllabus. We are on page 9, so we're about halfway through in the grammar and mechanics section. Please keep in mind that this is an upper level writing course. It's a 300 level course. So it's not a grammar review or a first year writing course. To earn at least a C in the class, you must be able to write without significant grammar, punctuation, spelling, and sentence structure errors. So please be sure to seek outside assistance if you know that you struggle with grammar. Free tutors are also available through the Learning Resource Center and the Writing Centers on campus. You can also access free tutoring through Pearson's My Writing Lab. I am more than happy to help you in any way that I can, but I have too many students to go through and edit your work for grammar issues. I can give you critical feedback pointing out areas where you might have difficulty, things that I notice in your writing, but you're going to need to seek outside assistance if you're going to need extra practice in grammar. Speaking of evaluation, if you would like my feedback on a rough draft, you must send me the draft and it should be completed in advance. You need to send me those documents at least 2 full business days before the due date. You can also bring in your drafts during office hours or contact me during my online office hours and I can get back to you more quickly. But I have to have things in advance in order to give you thoughtful feedback. The problem is the day before something is due, many students want me to give them feedback and there's just not enough time. So it helps if I stick to this policy of having 2 full business days to review any drafts. I will try to grade your final drafts as quickly as possible. I usually need at least 2 weeks to turn around paper, so please be patient. And I will evaluate them according to the provided criteria on the assignment prompts. Group work can be challenging. I know that firsthand, and I can tell you lots of stories about bad group work experiences that I've had and that my husband has had. I've also had a lot of really good group work experiences, so I hope that this course is designed to give you a positive group work experience. The proposal is the main group project, and it is graded as a group. Group grades actually allow for higher average grades, and the reason for that is if part of the proposal isn't strong, but someone else kind of has something really great, it kind of balances out. Whereas if I were grading individually, it may not give everyone in the group the same grade, so it wouldn't be as high. Anyway, trust me, I always do what is best for my students, and overall, group work graded as a group results in higher grades on average. Now, if you get your proposal grade back and you are dissatisfied and you feel that maybe one group member didn't do enough work and it kind of brought the overall grade down, you may choose to revise individually. You need to reach out to me and communicate with me that you would like to revise. I'll give you suggestions for what I think you should revise, or if it's the large project like a proposal, I'm going to tell you which parts of the proposal I would like you to revise. And then I will regrade it and give you an individual grade. So there is that kind of fail-safe. If things go wrong in your group, you can always revise on an individual basis, especially if it takes your final grade lower than what you want in the class. This section has all of these different services and supports that ASU offers: libraries, counseling. Business writing actually has its own tutoring services. And then the ASU writing centers in general. In this class, I kind of have a unique role because I'm trying to be your teacher, but also get you ready for the business world and kind of represent your future boss. So there are times where you may think that I'm being tough on you, but I'm going to expect excellence because that's what will be expected of you in the workplace. At the same time, I'm absolutely here to help you, so please let me know if you're needing some extra support or extra help. I am more than happy to offer that. All right, I've tried to make everything really easy and simplified in terms of the due dates. So basically, all videos, readings, assignment sheets are found in the content section of our Blackboard course. Some of them are linked in the course schedule, but all of them are in the content section that's organized by week. I've tried to make the due dates easy to remember. Items in the tasks section down here where it says tasks, those need to be completed on your own. Those are things like watching videos, completing readings, doing the My Writing Lab activities, and those need to be done by 11:59 p.m. on Friday nights. Deliverables are things that you turn in. Those are also going to be due at 11:59 Mountain Time on Fridays. Sorry for the pausing. I keep finding little things that I want to change about the syllabus to make it more clear. So tasks are the things you do on your own, due at 11:59 p.m. on Fridays. Deliverables are things that you submit on Blackboard. These don't happen every single Friday, so you'll want to check the course schedule. These are pretty consistent. You'll have something to do every single week, so you just want to make sure that you know what's going on. I recommend that you sync your Blackboard calendar with your Google Calendar so you don't miss deadlines. The deliverables deadlines are in Blackboard, so you can sync those together. If anything changes in the course, I will let you know. And then we're going to talk about the textbook really quickly. The text will be used pretty frequently at the beginning of the semester. I kind of like to say that I front load the semester. Things are going to be really intense and maybe a little bit tough and a lot of work at the beginning. That does taper off as we build our foundational knowledge, and as the semester continues we're going to have a little bit less work. To help you with your readings, I've kind of arranged each of the chapters and each of the units that they correspond with so that they kind of help you to see which chapters you should be reading during which unit if you want to go back and review anything. But there will be specific reading assignments in the actual course schedule. This is just kind of to help you visualize how everything goes together. Working ahead. This is important. I do not recommend working ahead if you're in the online section. If you need to finish the course early, you should take a Session A or Session B class. Those are the 7.5 week long courses. You can't work ahead because we will be doing a group project at the end of the semester. So if you are wanting to finish, all of the coursework in a shorter amount of time, you can't work ahead by yourself on a group project. So you're going to have to wait for everybody else for the proposal unit. Something else to think about is that I may be uploading things that are helpful. I may be adding extra videos throughout the semester. And if you're working 3 weeks ahead of schedule, you're not going to have everything that you need. I'm going to have everything uploaded well before you need them, but not necessarily if you're working really far ahead. So I don't recommend working ahead because you may not have everything. I'm not going to grade your work in advance for you. I'm going to wait until all of the work comes in at the same time. So you'll have to wait for your graded work, and then you can't work ahead on the group project. So there's really no benefit to working ahead. I do not recommend it, and if you run into trouble while working ahead, I'm not going to be very sympathetic because I strongly discourage students from doing that. If you need to take a shorter class or you're wanting to get it done quickly, I recommend the Session A or B classes. Like I said, the semester is front-loaded, so it does kind of taper off, if that helps you kind of get an idea of how much work you're going to put into it. It's a little heavy at the beginning, but then it gets a little bit better as the proposal project kind of helps spread the work over several group members. So here's the course schedule. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I've tried to make it really easy to understand. So you can see that this column is the things that you need to do, the things that you need to complete before 11:59 p.m. on Fridays. This column is what you need to turn in before 11:59 on Fridays, but it's only certain Fridays. So, for example, here's week 1. You've got your dates, you've got your tasks, and you can see that there are things actually due at the end of week 1, so you want to remember and get started on that. The thing that is due at the end of week 1 is the syllabus quiz and contract, and then start your e-portfolio and complete the About Me page. Completing the About Me page is great because it helps me to get to know you a little bit more, and but you don't need to finish the entire portfolio. It's just the About Me section. The portfolio will be finished at the end of the semester, but you don't need to worry about finishing the whole thing yet. And keep in mind that if you're watching this and you're nervous because the dates don't align, I'm just going through and showing you how to read the course schedule. Different semesters may have different dates and different specific tasks in the columns, but this is how you're going to plan your time and figure out what you're supposed to be doing. So you can see week 2, your tasks, and there's nothing to be submitted that Friday, but you do have some My Writing Lab assignments that will need to be completed for your attendance credit for week 2. Week 3, My Writing Lab, some tasks, and we've got some final drafts that need to come in that Friday. Okay, so that's kind of how you figure that out. If you ever have any questions on how to read the schedule, please ask, but I've tried to make it as clear as possible. One other note, we do not have a final exam. This is when I'll be grading things and calculating your grades, so you're going to want to make sure that you are checking your grades frequently, especially if you think that you might need to revise the proposal project. You're going to want to make sure that you are keeping in touch with me and making sure that you have enough time to revise. You should be checking your grade frequently throughout the semester for accuracy. Sometimes when I am inputting grades, I miss a key and I put in the wrong number. It's your responsibility to make sure that your grades are accurate. So that is how you read the course schedule. The main takeaways are the tasks that you need to do throughout the week that help you to complete the deliverables. I guess there's really no way that I will know whether or not you watch the My Writing Lab introduction video, but if you don't know how to use My Writing Lab, then you won't be able to complete the activities that will be counting for attendance. So everything kind of builds on each other. The tasks are designed to help you complete the deliverables. And that is the syllabus and course schedule. So I hope that was helpful. I hope it wasn't too long and boring, and I hope that it answered all of your questions. If you have any further questions, be sure that you reach out and ask.